Scientists and resource managers are scrambling to better understand the impacts of quagga mussels and other invasive species on the ecology of Lake Michigan. But there are real challenges in collecting the samples and other data needed. In this story, we'll introduce citizen scientists who volunteer for the National Park Service and just happen to be scuba divers with a real passion for the Great Lakes. Here's citizen scientist Carol Linto.
Yeah, we're going to go diving. A lot of times it's on shipwrecks, but today it's about scraping the bottom and rocks, pulling up all the algae and the zebra mussels and quagga mussels that are on the bottom, and putting them in a bag that's tightly sealed, and then it's sent to a laboratory to be analyzed for what kind of critters are there, how big are they, what kind of algae is there. And we'll also do a transect swim where we take a long 20-meter line and we swim over it going with our arms out, going slowly, and we count gobies on the bottom.
Carol and a team of volunteer scuba divers are making big contributions to the ongoing ecological research in Lake Michigan. Here's Dan Ray, a project manager for the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore Park.
While we're doing our monitoring, the citizen scientists are not only collecting scientific information, they're also acting as ambassadors for the park, setting an example, and they're diligently looking out for the lakeshore. Part of the lesson of what we're doing is to pay attention to what's going on in the lake, particularly where invasive species are involved, but they also are contributing to this scientific data set that we've got.
For some of us, scuba diving seems exotic and slightly dangerous. So what motivates someone to be a diver, and why work for free? To find out more, we met up with 3 volunteers at the Scuba North dive shop in Traverse City.
I wanted to dive since I was a child, and I used to play that I was a diver. I'd pull my socks down and let them flip, so I had flippers, and my brother and I would swim around with our socks pulled down, swimming down the stairs and around the living room.
I really find it interesting to go into what, for me, is a different universe underwater. It's entirely different. The first thing is you're weightless, and it's a 3-dimensional world down there. It's sort of like flying.
Actually, diving is a very, very calming experience. All the noises in the world around you go away.
You know, again, you give a diver a reason to go in the water, and a lot of times they're going to jump on that, right? And this just happens to be a really good reason.
We clean equipment, which helps the team that is doing the actual research through the Park Service and from the University of Wisconsin. And it helps them keep up with more sampling than they would be able to do if they had to do all the diving on their own.
Never thought I could be really a part of something that's helping solve the invasive species problems, and I also enjoy learning about it from the scientists.
One of the reasons I dive with the National Park Service is I support their mission. I support the mission of the parks and the National Marine Sanctuaries. They're doing everything they can to preserve beautiful, important, historic places.
By doing some of the necessary but mundane tasks involved in scientific data collection, these volunteers are making a big contribution to critical research on the drivers of ecological change in Lake Michigan.
We're just real grateful that we can have this many people involved in our program that contribute a great deal year after year, collecting scientific information. It's not just a walk on the beach, it's scientific work. So we really appreciate that and their ongoing efforts for the park on behalf of all the people who use the national park.